Hypercar owner answers the
And
most
today,
frequently asked
we'll be answering
questions.
your guys'
Damn, this is one of the fastest growing YouTube channels I've seen. But honestly, they deserve it. Faster. They joined in July 10, 2024. And I think I got the first ever video recommended for me. Welcome to Faster. There you go. This one. And I was like, what the? Is that a 918? And I was like, I clicked
stuff
it.
like the Halo cars.
And
So
the collection was like
through the whole collection, doing
crazy.
stuff you would never see online. We are gonna do
Look, Apollo I, Bugatti, Pagani. Is that a CLK? I don't know. Mercedes, really old Mercedes, like $100 billion or something. A BMW, a really old one. A Apollo I, a Pagani, another Pagani. Bro, this is when I knew this was some banger shit coming up later on. That's when I was like, boom, subscribe. Subscribe though, chat. Like, really hypercars right here. Like, you'll not see these on a daily basis anyway.
the public eye. So the goal here is to share some of that with the public. We're gonna be doing cool
Bro, no way, I was saying the same thing. You'll not see this in the
We have
public
stuff such
usually.
as your everyday hypercars, as seen here. Stuff like your older classics, and even stuff like the Halo cars. So we will be taking you through the whole collection, doing
Damn.
stuff you would never see online. We are going to do stuff like drives, POV videos, you know, everyday life with these cars.
Oh damn, bro,
If you'd
the
like to see
collection
a
is
video, throw it in the comments.
crazy.
We aren't going to do anything stupid because these are precious cars, but they do need to be driven. So
Yep.
that's the goal. But I'm really happy that we can be able to share stuff like this.
A competition for
So if
had
we
the
can get
Hamilton
out to any
collection.
public
Yes,
events,
sir.
share them with
Even
car
the Triple F
enthusiasts,
collection.
That's the main goal, and that's what we're looking forward to. So
Oh,
if you see us in the area,
what car
say
is that? A
hi. If
CLK
you have any
GTR?
recommendations, please let us know.
I don't know.
And yeah, look forward to developing.
Okay, behind there's a normal Bugatti. I think it's a Bugatti Sport, Chiron Sport, and this is a Bugatti Pure Sport. Obviously,
And,
I know that.
For the first video on the channel, let's
Oh, 918 Spider. Here's the thing I'm excited for. Answering your most answered most
Designer Revolution. The overall cost
questions.
probably
Asked
favorite car to
questions.
drive in the collection, excluding the Revo. I absolutely hate that car, and probably the most asked question we ever get: what line of business is your family in to afford such a sweet collection?
Let's go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
Welcome
sir.
back to another faster video.
Hypercar owner answers the
And
most
today,
frequently asked
we'll be answering
questions.
your guys' most commonly asked questions, whether it's ownership terms and stuff like that, and we'll kind of get into that. So let's get right into the questions, I guess. So
Yep.
the first question is from Sean X Lee, and he asked, "What sparked your passion for cars?" I was 12 probably, and this is when Forza Horizon came out, back when it was in Colorado,
Ooh.
and I absolutely loved that game. And before that, I was always into cars. Like I had Hot Wheels. I
Is
played a
bro
bunch of other
sitting on a
games, but,
bucket?
like, Forza really got me into it, and I kind of slowly started going to car shows. I remember seeing my like first Gallardo and stuff like that. At the time, the only thing we had in the collection, I think, was a Saline Mustang, which was an awesome car actually. Wouldn't mind picking up another one of those, just kind of for the nostalgia factor. But yeah, I slowly just kind of got integrated through Forza. So I played Forza and then liked cars and started going to car shows, and then here we are 10 years later. So question 2 from Shanu.
Yeah, bro is sitting on a bucket.
So in my opinion, they make some of the most stunning hypercars. However, the reliability just really kills it.
Wait, what?
From Shanu is why no Koenigsegg? So
Reliability?
in my opinion, they make some of the most stunning hypercars. However, the reliability just really kills
Yep.
it for us, and also the wait time. So we actually had a car in order. We had a Koenigsegg.
Okay, this I have heard so many times, like from so many owners of Koenigsegg's. They're not really reliable, and I see general people, like everyone, saying, "Oh, I love to have that problem. Oh, I love to have the struggle of that." Bro, trust me, you wouldn't love it. When you're paying so much money on cars, bike, literally anything, you expect no issues from it. And I guess it looks cool saying it, but Trust me, you will not love having that problem. I think the most recent one I saw was, I think, the Top G, Andrew Tate, his Koenigsegg Yasko, uh, Tiffany Blue. I think that thing broke down on the day of the delivery, I guess. Like, that's the first video I saw of it, and boom, in Twitter, I guess I saw it broke down or something like that. And I also saw Koenigsegg was on fire because of some heating issues last year. Hopefully, the owners were safe from God's grace. Let's go. Good thing everyone was saved.
Gemera on order in 2019. We were one of the first U.S. depositors, and at that time they told us, "Hey, like 2023, your car will be delivered."
Okay, so he deposited on
One
2019.
of the first U.S. depositors, and at that time they told us, "Hey, like 2020 wait time." So we actually had a car on order. We had a Koenigsegg Gemera on order in 2019. We were one of the first U.S. depositors, and at that time they told us, "Hey, like 2023, your car will be delivered." And we're like,
Damn, 4 years?
yeah, 4 years for a car is pretty long, but you know, that's doable. And 2022 rolls around, we're like, hey, how long? And then they go, oh, 2027, 2028.
Bro, what?
And they're like,
Bro, what?
that's 8 or 9 years. And that is
No way. 9 years. Bro, imagine the kind of
very
time
long
people are waiting around.
deposit to just sit there.
Discord,
So we ended up
just 10
pulling our
minutes. I'm
deposit.
just finishing this
And then
video.
after knowing a lot of the owners, experienced the cars myself, they drive awesome, they look beautiful, but they're just pretty unreliable.
Yep.
And if you're going to drive
Said
them
it.
every day and a lot, like kind of how we do, it's difficult to deal with those issues when you want to drive them. The next question is from Mallow_RMDD, and his question was favorite car to drive in the collection, excluding the Revo, because this is obviously my favorite. Right here. This is my girl.
Revolution.
So
Is that Revolution?
that is, I really enjoy the LaFerrari, TDF, and Vantage. I'll give you those.
Ooh,
Another question from
really
Liam
nice
Osborne.
Really nice
08
choice.
Is what do you think is the best new hypercar on the market? So it's brands that are
Bugattis.
competing to be like highest speed and break a bunch of records, and you have brands that are kind of just going for elegance.
Maybe reminds
really
but
enjoy the
Bugatti.
Utopia. Manual.
Ooh,
twin turbo
Utopia.
V12. It's just hard to beat. Love the styling on the car. The interior is beautiful. I also really like the Tourbillon. I think the Tourbillon.
There we go, Bugatti.
Beautiful. I think the engine setup's awesome. So I'd probably put those two as my top 2 hypercars.
Nice.
The next question from George Dunford 2. His question is, what's the running cost of the Pagani Zonda Revolution? So this girl right here is not cheap to run. I have learned how to run it myself. However, you should never run it yourself because it's not really a car meant for that. You usually have a team. So usually for a 2-day team at the track with the team and track expenses included is around 30 grand. That's
$30,000 to have a track session.
Of gas, tires, brakes, all the stuff you can.
That's like a car right
wear.
there.
So yearly we run this car about 5 times a year. And
what?
The overall cost is probably somewhere with shipping and
$100,000,
$80 to
$150.
$100,000. So
Bro,
she's not cheap to run, but she's worth every penny because it's the best driving experience you can get in the car. The next question.
Damn, that's a car right there, $100,000.
In most recent times.
Discord, bro, wait. There's like 10 minutes of this video. I'll finish this.
Thoughts on the new Ferrari F80?
Oh, hell nah. Bro, be honest.
I absolutely hate it.
There we go.
I think the design's horrible. The engine is horrible.
Bro, this is the most honest answer I've heard from someone who can actually buy it. Damn. Bro, this is the most honest answer. Like, everyone has their opinions, but coming from someone who can actually buy it, straight out, like factual opinion, like actual opinion, damn.
Like everything.
Honest opinion.
The only thing I like is the seating and the active aero, because Ferrari hasn't put a wing on their car since the F50 was the last wing they put on their car. SF90XX obviously has one now, but yeah. So those are the only two things I like. But besides
Damn,
that,
bro,
I
it's
absolutely hate
honest.
that car,
Crazy.
and I think the SP3 will do much better appreciating in the future because it's just a naturally aspirated V12 with beautiful styling.
Daytona
And I think
SP3.
that's just
Yep,
an awesome
really
car.
good
So
car.
that's my 2 cents on the F80. Ferrari, don't kill me. We made some
Imagine Ferrari suing you over
awesome
this.
cars. We have a few of them, and they're beautiful. The new ones aren't my favorite. Besides, obviously SP3 killed on
Lol.
that one. A12 comp. Hard to
Imagine
argue,
Ferrari
but the
suing you
direction
over
is my
this.
favorite that you guys are going. So figured out. The next question is from I need chapstick. The next question, I think that was a comment in one of the videos, by the way, is like get some chapstick. Whoever commented that, you're right. I need
Bro,
chapstick.
I have the
From
chopstick right
Club
there.
of Cars is when buying a car,
Chapstick.
how much car
Hi,
research is
Missy, what's
involved
up?
beforehand. So there's two ways this goes.
Sigma,
I
lol.
pitch a car to my dad, obviously, because
Ooh.
I have no money. I'm broke. I pitch a car to my dad, and we kind of both share the same passion for like kind of some cars. And I'll pitch him a car, and I do the research on the car, and depending on
Bro
the
looks
car,
really
it's
humble,
very
to be
in-depth.
honest.
So like say like stuff like Enzo's, F40s, F50s, you need to know everything about the car, Class C certified, because some of the cars have rollback miles, accidents,
Yep.
especially on like F40s. And the funny thing is, if you find an F40 with good welding and it's well put together, it usually means it's been crashed because the welding was pretty shitty.
Ooh,
back in
damn.
the late 80s, early 90s. So you need to do all that research, make sure you're getting a good car.
Bro, these are like some really good insights. You will not hear these in a regular day-to-day basis.
No accident
Damn.
history, no rollbacks, all matching body panels.
Crazy insights
Some
right
of the
here.
cars like the Viper, you just kind of need to know like, has this car been in an accident and how has the ownership been? Obviously, when you move up to the hypercars and you're spending more money, you do research depending on the price, right? So if you're buying a top tier hypercar, you obviously like the Zonda right here. Bunch of research went into this one before we picked it up from previous
nice.
owners,
Japan.
all the maintenance records, all that stuff.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
Japan right
Been in
there.
an accident, which she hasn't.
Can play Fortnite, yes.
We'd love it to stay that way.
Night
That's
Sigma,
why
lol,
I
that's crazy.
kind of drive it like a baby sometimes because putting her into the wall wouldn't be a fun time with maintenance bills or just like because it's beautiful. And then the other option is
nice.
my dad just says, "Hey, I bought this." So on a couple cars that are coming soon, he was just sent me a text. He was like, "Hey, I bought this," and I'm like, "Awesome."
Cool.
Like, I like
Lol.
car taste, and that's interesting, but up to him. So those are the two different ways this goes usually. So the next question from Kyo Gree Crack: what are some car deals you were considering but never happened? There's been a couple.
Okay.
Pre-Zondas. Those are probably my hardest to kind of soak because they're my favorite. A couple different cars. There was an F1 in there. You know, 'cause the thing with these cars is that sometimes they
McLaren
don't end
F1.
up happening. And that's just kind of how it is. If it lines up, it was meant to be, and it's meant to be.
I heard McLaren
If
F1
not,
goes for like
it was
$20
not meant
million
to be, so
right now.
It's mostly Zondas. The
That's
F1 was
crazy
the
amount
one,
of
and
bad,
obviously
man.
F40s and stuff like that kind of just come and go depending on, you know, ownership history, mileage, timing, and all that stuff. So, yeah, those are some of the car deals that we're considering, but never happened. What is the best hypercar brand?
Bugatti.
This one right here,
Oh,
Pagani.
Pagani.
Because I'd consider the three hypercar brands Bugatti, Pagani, Koenigsegg, right here. And it's a very interesting conversation with these things. They're so very
Good
different.
choice.
Pagani is like less focused on
Yep.
performance, even though they're awesome. Like performance is amazing, but just
Pagani
like,
is
a
not
piece of
like
art, they sound
for
beautiful.
top
Probably the
speeds.
most important part is being an owner of one of these cars. The day
Pagani is for
you bought
beauty,
a Pagani,
luxury.
they've reached out, they invite us to everything. You know, they know your birthday, they know all the stuff. It's just like the most inviting family. All the other owners are awesome. The servicing is actually really easy. It's just
Nice.
parts usually. And everyone I've met through Pagani has been 10 out of 10. Like some of my favorite people in the world. When you go to the events, all the team are just like the nicest people. They just want to be there. In my opinion, that contributes.
I heard
huge
there's a
part
lot
to
of
why Pagani is my favorite.
Pagani
brand. And then also
events.
they're just art pieces that are awesome to
For
drive.
customers.
This is, in my opinion, the best driving experience you can get. So, yeah,
Damn,
I'd say
not
that's
I
probably
can't
why,
disagree.
Pagani is
Damn.
my favorite hypercar brand. The next question from Lucas LL is, what started / why was the collection started? Really just liking cars. Like I was explaining earlier, I got into Forza, and when I was like 14, my dream car is an R35. I still love R35s. I know it's like everyone's dream
Nice.
car, but like still have that one in the collection. Still was like the start of the collection, and it was the start of the collection because we drove down to our local
R35.
dealership, and we were looking at it, and then my dad took it out for a test
This is
drive,
some real
and ended up
insights
picking it
you'll
up,
never
and that car has been
hear
here
generally.
for 10 years and has been
Damn.
amazing. Had no issues with it. It's just a perfect car. So the car collection just slowly built from there, and then slowly it went from like, oh, like this would be a really cool car, into an addiction. Yeah, an addiction.
Crazy.
I'd say is the closest thing to it.
Hypercar
Mostly
owner
just
giving
having fun with the
insights.
cars. You could say they're investments, but we drive them pretty often, so.
Nah, I
the
mean,
mileage effect
what's an
isn't all of
investment,
us
bro? Just
investors, and
enjoy
it's
life.
fun.
You
Obviously, cars
enjoy.
like
You should enjoy the
this or
life.
the CLK or
Cars are
ultimately
meant to be
investments that
driven.
you can't drive, so
I
in
don't
that sense,
like
it's a smart
these
decision. But
investments
most
and
importantly,
shit,
you only live
bro.
once. Have fun.
Exactly.
Share stuff with people. Do cool experiences. So I guess
Bro
that
stole
would be
the
why
words out of my
I got
mouth.
started. The next question from Ballsy129. Would you ever do a Lanzante conversion on the Zonda Revolution? Absolutely not. And I'm just going to leave that there. Absolutely not.
What's that?
Another question from
What
Chas
conversion?
Alvarez, 26, is what is the best way to network with people through cars? The best way to network through people with cars is, even if you don't have a car, is go to events, talk to people, don't be a douche.
I
When
heard a
talking to
lot of
owners,
people
don't
buy
get all up close and personal. Just
Bugattis
enjoy
just for
cars.
the
And most of
network
the
and
time, that's all
people
you
they
need to do,
meet.
and you'll create good friends and good contacts through that.
Because it's
I'd say just get out there, put your name
exclusive.
out there, and you want your name to be a good name echoing through other people. So say if I'm talking to someone else about you, it's good things. And ultimately that'll carry you the best. The next question, and probably the most asked question we ever get, what line of business is your family in?
Oh, there we
Such a
go.
sweet collection, and that was from Matt Siska.
There
So
we go.
obviously, I'm 21 years old. I can't afford
21.
these. I am just really blessed to be put in a position where I can drive these, share them with people who wouldn't have an opportunity like this, experience the cars, put them on the
Damn.
internet for people to see and enjoy. But my father's been in the cars since he was a kid. If you're at car shows, you'll see him all the time. He drives the cars, takes them to the gym every day. He's got a
Wow.
very long story. So I think this question will more so be saved for another video, but I kind of just want to address it now because it's the most common question. He's the nicest guy. He has the craziest story, so that's why I kind of want
What's
to
the
save
business?
it.
I'm just
Literally
curious.
be written in
What
his book.
business are
He
they?
was homeless and then got into his business and then kind of built his way up through the ranks there.
Damn,
Now he's
humble
just living his
beginning.
best life, and he is the nicest, kindest person I've ever met, and he's just awesome. Oh yeah, he's in finance. He's in finance.
Okay,
he's great.
okay,
He's
okay.
really good with numbers.
Great.
He's really smart. Yeah, he knows
I need to get into trading, bro. I need to. I need
the
to.
stuff. But yeah, he
Take trading seriously.
the ranks of trading, and he's just a smart individual. He loves sharing.
The last video I saw, or you guys see, of two Bugattis, a guy of 24-year-old owning two Bugattis. He was also from trading, I
In the
guess.
cars with people. So if
I
you
have to
ever
take
see
this
him out
trading a
or at
bit more
show,
seriously.
Don't be afraid to say hi. Ask to sit in the cars. He takes people for rides all the time. He's just like
Damn.
the nicest guy, and it's so awesome to be able to share these. So it's awesome to have
Crazy.
someone like that in the car community, willing to share cars that usually never get out, never get driven, never even get seen. So I guess that'll be saved for another video because I want him to do it because it's like such a long story and so crazy, and I'm like I can't.
I wanna see his
Yeah,
dad.
That's probably the most commonly asked question, and
He
Yeah.
seems like a really
the
humble
next
person.
question is from Jack_Lenian. How do you decide what events you attend? It's usually just when I'm open.
Random.
I'm really busy with school, and on the weekends, I'm usually gone.
Bro,
if
school?
I'm home, the events I attend are buddies inviting me.
Do you
what
need
events are my
school
friends
when you
going
own a
to,
collection
who
like
I think's
that?
gonna be cool. I really enjoy really niche car shows. So like there's one in San Diego called Rancho Santa Fe Cars and Coffee. I really like the vibe of that because it's kind of like Monterey Car Week. That's the best week of the year. Yeah, I'd probably say little niche shows like that are my favorite to go to. And then the events out of state, it's usually when people ask and request. So there's one in April where we're taking the Apollo 2. It's the Dream Rides Entrepreneur.
Bro, I wanna know
The
more
owner
about
just
the
reached out and
Apollo.
asked if we could do it, and it was a charity event, so we said absolutely. So we'll be out there with the Apollo if you want to come swing by. But yeah, I guess when choosing events,
Crazy
mostly,
car,
what's
Apollo.
the event about? Where is it? Do we have time? And do we think it's gonna be fun? The next question from, I don't even know if I could put this name on screen. And that's actually a pretty good question. Are supercar owners real car enthusiasts or just flexing wealth? And this is a pretty controversial topic. It really depends. You have
What?
people that want to just name on screen. And that's actually a pretty good question. Are supercar owners real car enthusiasts or just flexing wealth? And this is a pretty
supercar
controversial
owners.
topic. It really depends. You have people that want to just use supercars for money. And you can really distinguish who is, I have money, look at me, and I have money, I want a really cool car. I want to drive a really cool car and have fun in a really cool car. So
This
I think
guy's the
50-50.
second one.
I think there are those people.
This guy
that
looks
own
humble.
Huracan
He just
Evos.
wants to drive
Huracan
cars.
Evos are the flexi cars that have Huracan Evos that just want to say, I have a Lamborghini.
Bro,
Look at
Lamborghini.
me. I have
Trust me, Lamborghini is the most crypto. I just made $1 million kind of car.
And then there's people
Lambos.
who actually enjoy cars, who enjoy driving. Yeah, but I'd say for the most part, it's people just want to enjoy their cars. But there obviously is that part
Damn.
that's just like, look at me, I have money, I'm wealthy, and sadly that kind of takes
You know what?
some part of the supercar.
Props to them too. They
For the most
earned it.
part, I'd say, yeah.
I don't hate on anyone.
Well,
I hate on anyone on
thank you
Rich.
for watching today's
They
Q&A
made it.
session. I hope that answers some of you guys' questions. We'll do probably an update to one of these in the future. Kind of tinkled some surprises in there with some new additions to the collection, LaFerrari Enzo. And also, we're going to be taking the Apollo IE out to Coda for a little charity event. So don't
Damn,
mind
bro, this guy's
clicking
on a
that video in the description
generational
below.
run right
and
here.
also, hit that subscribe button. It's great. It just shows us the support.
Hit
And,
that
please
subscribe
comment
button.
what other videos
Hit
you'd like
it.
us to do. We have
Faster.
the cars here
Let's
ready
go.
to use them, and let us know what you'd like to see with them. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.
Ooh, damn, bro. These are most insightful things you'll ever hear from like hypercar owners. Damn, bro, really underrated still. CLK, Bugatti, V12 Vantage, Remarch. Is that a Remarch? Nah, that's something else. I don't know what that is. Pininfarina. Oh, Pininfarina. What's this? Is that a Ford GT? Yep, it's a Ford GT X1. Hypercars Rally. Pagani, CLK, collection reveal. Bro, this is an insane collection right here. And there's a Apollo IE right there. There's some crazy work right here. Like unimaginable amount of wealth. I mean, props to his dad and him. Yeah, I was saying I don't hate on rich or I don't hate people who have money is because they made it. Even if it's like generational, someone made it in their generation, okay? Like someone had to work hard, their dad or their grandfather, like someone had to work to get rich. So I don't really hate on people rich, poor, middle class. No one really. No, don't hate. That's it. That's it. That's the simple. That's very simple. Not to hate.